You're a big UFC fan. Who do you have for this weekend?
Man, you can't. It's hard to count Conor out. You know what I mean? Like, the guy has such a presence of mind, and knowing kind of like he's very confident, and he backs up what he says. So his timing is impeccable. I just read about Anderson Silva. Kind of said, hey, whatever happens after this weekend, I'd like to fight Conor.
Didn't Conor mention Anderson too?
Yeah.
All right. Now
I'm breaking news here.
We're getting kind of
breaking
stupid
news
though with that.
Yeah, it's silly.
Conor
Conor mentioned Anderson, and it's a very silly fight. I don't want to see.
You know what I liked?
It'll never happen.
Jimmy, you know what I liked when give me your first name again one more time.
Josh.
When Josh put on the headphones and started dropping some knowledge, Nita got so proud of her boyfriend. I've seen it. She put the headphones on. She got all happy that he's in here. I love it. But with Khabib versus Conor, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this fight.
I wait for this whole.
I love it. People are saying. I was listening to Brendan Schwab the other day. Am I saying this?
Schwab.
Brendan Schwab. I like Brendan.
I'm saying Schwab.
I
love
Brendan. Brendan. All right. Him and Joe were talking, and he was thinking it was going to be like a dog fight. And
might be right.
I would love that. I don't know. I kind of was in and out.
But he thinks
I don't want to get graphic because there's women in the room. But sometimes I watch YouTube clips when I'm on the toilet, and so I don't get to finish it.
I'm in a band.
All right. How guys
she shits on a bus.
No, you can't shit on the bus.
Oh, that's the rule, right?
You can't do that.
No, you cannot do that.
That should be
girls
a
don't do that anyway.
That's a great point. I stand corrected.
But you can't do that on the bus.
So wait, who was Brendan?
I don't think I got to the point. It was him and Joe.
I watched it. He didn't say. He didn't pick a person, but he was. He gave the kind of the scenario of him.
Kind of like right now. Nobody's actually.
No. I'll tell you.
We got to do our picks.
Every time I say Khabib, everybody thinks I'm a Conor hater anyway, so I don't give an F. I like that certain parts of the show I clean up my language.
Yes.
Other times I just let it fly. It's random. I feel that Khabib's gonna get a hold of him, and when he does, it's gonna be a fucking problem. People are saying that he's gonna get out and get up. I don't think so. I think if he does get up, guess what? I think Khabib's on his back, lifting him and making his feet to the ceiling. And it's so funny when people talk to me about this, like random people who meet me, they're like, "Who do you got?" And I tell them Khabib. Their face changed if they're really diehard fans, and they all of a sudden hate me. They're just like, "Yeah, all right, we'll see." I'm like, "Hey, dude, calm down, guy." Calm the fuck down.
When Conor got tested with the wrestling was when he fought Chad.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting because he had him on the ground. He was on top of him. He was, pounding him. And he got out, Eventually, Chad was tough enough to
on a fucking hunting/fishing trip.
Yeah,
and he got
that out before.
Literally no camp. And he got him down on the first fucking kick. Listen, I'm not... See this? This is why people think I'm a hater. I like Conor. Aggressive as fuck. Excuse me, Nita.
She's in a band.
I keep pointing out that Eddie Alvarez fight, man, that sticks with me. Eddie got schooled. He got fucking hammered.
Dude, Conor was
he got him against
accurate.
The cage.
Conor was throwing booming lefts over. He was beautiful. In that fight.
He still got him against the cage, though.
Yeah, he did.
Imagine Khabib gets
his timing and his reflexes, man. It's just insane.
Even if Khabib does get him against the cage, if Conor is landing on Khabib the way he was landing on Eddie, Khabib's not going to, Khabib's going to feel it, and Khabib will eventually get knocked down too.
What makes it so? I'm sorry, Jimmy. Did I cut you?
No. I was going to say, he's been hit, but I don't think he's been hit as hard or as accurately as Conor will hit him.
No, that's what everybody says. It's like when they go in thinking that it's one thing, and then they get hit by Conor, and they go, "Oh shit, that guy hits a lot harder than."
Because he's such a shit talker, you think it's like no, he really can fight.
Yeah.
And to play devil's advocate, they also think that, hey man, Al Quinta got up, or this guy got up, maybe I can get up. That's about both.
That's also true. You're
on
right.
his feet.
No.
Once Khabib gets a hold of him, holla, Chris the producer.
No, I agree.
Are we drawing swords?
No, Al's it's a totally different skill set. Al fought Khabib well. I mean, especially on 18 hours
training
notice or
from
whatever.
Paul Felder, yeah.
That was great watching him fight. Yeah. Fuck me, fuck you. Boo me.
Oh, Al Quinta is one of my favorite people on the planet.
I wish you would speak his mind on Twitter more. Jesus, Al's a fucking animal.
And and every drink is gets worse. It's great though.
There's nothing
awesome
phony about Al.
I just want to see a good fight. That's the thing. It's like I don't want to see a one-sided thing. I mean, it's cool when you see the fast knockouts like the Jose Aldo one, but at the same time, a good fight would be great.
You're hoping for a dog fight. You want that kind of
epic
battle.
Gilbert Melendez, Diego Sanchez.
But it is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or Mark Hunt against Bigfoot.
Oh, Lord.
That's what you're hoping for. But with this, I tend to disagree. I think it's going to go one way or the other. I think if the first two rounds, I think he's going to be able to fucking that's first round in particular is going to show a lot because I feel if he cannot hurt him enough to land those shots early enough on Khabib, then it could be a very long night.
But if it's not done in the first 2 rounds, then I think Conor has a problem.
100%, Nita. She's
We
hitting that nail on
were
the head.
talking about that earlier. If it's not done in the first 2 rounds, I think Conor and his cardio. That's where Khabib's got the edge.
Oh, sorry, Nita. I watched the Barboza fight again, the first round of it.
Yes.
Just to see how he is fresh. And, Edson was landing, but Khabib just smothers you and pushes you back. But when he's in the act of pushing you back, he's very aggressive. And I think Conor will really capitalize on the fact that he's being aggressive and trying to pin you back against the cage immediately.
Yeah, well, and I think I forget what I was watching, or something I read. It made the point that people look at Conor as a counter striker more than anything. But yes, to an extent, but that's really not true. He comes out very aggressive. He pushes the pace. He's throwing kicks. He's trying to push somebody up against the cage. So it's not really dependent on what Khabib does. It's just if Conor can come out and fight his fight and not risk getting taken, we'll see what happens with the takedowns. But
he talks about himself as like a sniper and a sharpshooter, and he really is. But is it going to be enough to slow him down, to hurt him? Once he gets a hold of them, it really is like sapping the strength out of you.
Yeah.
The same punches that could hurt him in the opening round, after a round of that bear on top of you, Khabib, it could take a little snap out of those punches.
Yeah,
for
sure. But the Al landed late. If you look in the 4th and 5th round, it's like Al might have won even one of those rounds. Or he got taken down, but he could have won some of those. He was landing late also, so who knows?
Conor's old training partner, who's I don't remember his name.
On the sheet here, Miles Price is the guy.
And he's now training with Khabib. Yeah, he said he's like a wet blanket on you.
Ugh.
It's just an
I think there's levels.
descriptive.
Yeah.
There's levels in both areas, and these guys are the highest level in both those areas.
But you got to think, like, as long as Conor's been training, and he knew this fight was inevitable, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably been working on his wrestling for a bit, right? You would think that his coaches are smart enough to go, hey, this fight's going to happen. Let's work on that ground game,
Yeah,
Maybe that time off from the Mayweather fight, that's what he focused on.
Let's say 6 months, 8 months, a
year.
year. This Khabib was wrestling a bear at 9 years old.
He's got that.
So it's like that strength of when you lock up with somebody that's been rolling and grappling as long as Khabib.
With bears.
That's what they're talking about. With bears.
But the part that
The
makes
Sambo.
me think is when Chad, even though he was on a fishing trip drinking, he had been wrestling his whole life.
Yeah, still got him down several times.
Yeah,
and
easily.
Chad on
Easily.
top. Chad on top's is brutal, but I believe there's a difference between Chad on top without a camp and that guy, that freaking monster movie, Khabib. Look at that picture. I'm saying it because there's a picture of him on the screen, and look at him. Yeah. Oh my, it's a nightmare.
Well, when you look at CM Punk, he had all that time. I think almost 2 years in between fights. Was a year in between fights.
Yeah.
They're already laughing.
Wait.
And I love CM.
Another
go ahead.
person that kept their same WWE music and UFC music, because CM Punk came out to Cult of Personality, because we were talking about entrance music.
Yeah.
That's how this whole thing got started. We were talking about Ronda using the same entrance music, and CM Punk also used the same entrance music.
I like him a lot, but he had a year, and he did improve in that time. He did improve his ground
he?
game. Yeah, in that one.
Do your shadow boxing.
Oh, it's like
Who's that? That's CM? That's a shadow boxing? That's awesome. Do either of you ever train? Because that looked like you
Josh
trained.
does.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Josh.
What have you done?
Trained Muay Thai. I trained with Boss for a while.
I love Boss.
He was just
in
here last week. This
Oh,
week,
really?
actually. Yeah.
Oh, he's
What was that
awesome.
last week, Matt?
He's
It
awesome.
was last
That
week.
was last week. What's today?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Today's fucking what?
We only have
Wednesday?
2 minutes left by the way with you guys.
Yeah. We
Oh,
gotta-
man. Well, that sucks. I feel like I just got here.
feel like
I saw you come in outside. I was like, was he on the phone
You see
doing
me
this?
What's that?
When you came in, I was like, was he on the phone the whole time?
No,
he
man.
just
I
showed
was
up
like,
late.
oh, you thought I was in here?
I thought you were doing it remotely.
No. A matter of fact, well, I'm going to hit you up after this. Before I don't want to waste the last 30 seconds talking about you finding an ATT store. I need a piece for my phone because, never mind.
Okay,
We're going to talk about that after.
later, yeah.
We got to pee anyway and take
All
the
right.
break, but I want to give you guys
I
the
want a
proper
picture.
plug.
Yes.
The plug is the name of the album is Controlled Chaos.
Nice.
Comes out November the 16th. Of course, Nita Strauss, and Josh, her boyfriend, is also the drummer. There is bass, by the way.
there is bass. I played it.
Yes, and the video doesn't have it, and people are giving you shit. Isn't it funny how people see that and go, "There's no bass," but it's like,
Yeah.
you dummy, there is.
Yeah, there is. The people hear with their eyes.
Do you do covers at all?
There's one cover on the record. It's a Queen cover.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Queen. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to yell. What song is it?
It's The Show Must Go On. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Are you
It's
fucking around?
really
No, I might know. I just don't.
you'd know it if you heard it.
What do you have against Queen, Jimmy?
Nothing. I behave like one.